Anyone who's ever sunk an entire day into Monster Hunter knows it can be very addictive. The game has two main sections. You go on hunts where you fight monsters and earn rewards. You can then return to your town and spend these rewards upgrading your weapons, armor and supplies. Each half of the game helps you progress in the other half, which creates a loop. The player wants to hunt the monsters so they can finish that armor, and they want that armor so that they can hunt a bigger monster. This hunting, crafting loop is what keeps players engaged for so many hours. In my previous video, I looked at how Monster Hunter keeps its core action gameplay fresh and exciting. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the crafting half of the game and showing how each half supports the other. While hunting, you can use a wide range of utility items, like potions which heal you, and antidotes which cure poison. By bringing the right utility items to a hunt, you can make things much more manageable. You can gather the resources to make these items on the run, and each map has a different set of items to find. And if you don't use all the items you find, you can keep them for future hunts. This encourages regular gathering to build up your supplies. You also have this really cool item box where you can see all your loot in one big colourful display. Your base also has a farm that lets you grow a particular item in bulk. A few copies of the item will be made every time you go on a hunt, which encourages you to get out there often. At the start of the game, your selection is quite limited, with only the most basic survival items on offer, but as you progress, you can do quests to upgrade the farm with more options and more capacity. This lets you gradually automate some of your gathering, so that you can eventually have a steady supply of your favourite items. Some items, rather than being used in gameplay, are used to upgrade your equipment. You can get some of these from mining outcrops and bone piles, but most of them come from the monsters you hunt. You can upgrade your weapons at the workshop. Monster Hunter World now has this cool tree menu where you can quickly see what monster parts are needed to make each weapon in a particular class. You can also roll back many of your upgrades and get your materials refunded, which encourages experimentation. There are 5 elements in the game: fire, water, ice, thunder and dragon, and each monster has different weaknesses to them. By crafting a weapon with a particular element, you'll be slightly better at fighting some monsters. There are also poison, sleep and paralysis weapons which give some more general utility. Each monster also has a unique set of armor. You can wear 5 pieces of armor for your head, chest, waist, arms and legs, and you can mix and match them. More challenging monsters can be made into armor with higher defense, helping adjust the difficulty for you and helping you climb the food chain. Each piece of armor also gives you a skill, and you can mix and match these skills to create something that suits your playstyle. Many of these skills also stack for more powerful bonuses. In previous games, you needed to get 10 points in a skill before it would activate. So if you had 9 points in a given skill, this would give you no benefit at all. This heavily discouraged mixing and matching armor sets because you'd usually just get no armor skills in the end. Monster Hunter World's simpler skill system, where each point incrementally upgrades your skills, gives the player a lot more freedom. I have to say though, I really wish the smithy wasn't so far away. You have to come here really often, and running all this way every time feels pretty unnecessary. The game does have a lift that lets you fast travel, but the lift is also all the way at the back, so it doesn't actually save you much time. They really should have put this lift by your spawn point. Beyond your weapons, armor and supply items, there are some other parts of the town that you can upgrade. The town has a canteen where you can eat food for a one-time buff. This helps you round out your armor's weaknesses before going on a particularly difficult hunt. You can also do quests to unlock more ingredients for the canteen and get a wider range of skills. The cutscenes are also super adorable. You also have a researcher who upgrades your monster field guide. This gives you tips on a monster's weak points and the best way to get specific drops. Each time you hunt a monster, your field guide gets a few more notes. The game also puts up weekly bounties where you can complete a specified set of hunts to earn rewards. Some of these rewards are really good, like Wyverian tickets that can be traded in for rare monster drops of your choice. You also get one lucky voucher every day. These vouchers can be placed on a quest to increase the number of rewards you get. Combined with the bounties system, the game is really encouraging players to log in at least once every few days. Taken together, the game is always giving you reasons to go on another hunt. You want to gather monster parts so that you can get that cool weapon. You want to get the pieces for a delivery so that you can expand your campsites. You want to complete that quest which will give you another box in your farm. It feels like there's always 5 different things that you need, and this really pushes players to go for another round. You also get a set of notifications each time you finish a hunt to help you keep track of all of this. The game isn't perfect, however. Some drops are very rare, coming less than once every 5 hunts on average. Sometimes you get a rare drop early, but sometimes you can spend hours hunting the same monster and just not see it. Back in the days of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I once hunted about 100 Raytheons back to back just to get one Raytheon gem. I was a changed man after that. Getting rare drops does feel good though, so I wouldn't want to see them removed completely. But I definitely would like to see a bit more consistency in the drop rates. This could be done with a random bag. The way this works is, instead of giving pure random drops, you instead put a large number of drops in a bag and you shuffle this bag. You can then pull drops out of the bag one by one, and this way you're guaranteed to get every drop in the bag eventually. When it runs out, you refill the bag, reshuffle it, and start again. Alternatively, they could use the points upgrading system from Monster Hunter Generations. Here, each drop is worth a certain amount of points, and you need to fill a points meter to upgrade your weapon. The rare drops are worth a lot of points, which means they're still useful, but you also aren't required to get them. Monster Hunter World does this with armor upgrading. You fill a points meter with your armor spheres, but it would be nice to have something similar for actually crafting the armor. Thankfully, rare drops are much less important this time around because there's much less pressure to make a full armor set. Only one of the armor pieces will need that rare drop, and you can instead mix and match the easier to craft pieces from multiple sets, and you might actually get a better set of skills in the end of it. The game does give you some set bonuses, but even these don't require you to have all 5 pieces of the armor. My other concern is the sheer number of menus in this game. It can get really overwhelming at times, and I often spend a lot of time fumbling through several menus before I find that one thing that I'm actually looking for. They could really do with streamlining some of this. Putting my criticisms aside, Monster Hunter World is a great example of how you can keep players engaged with good systems-level design. Instead of walking the player through a series of flashy set pieces like in most modern games, Monster Hunter heavily reuses a lot of its content and instead builds an elaborate set of rewards and incentives to keep players coming back. In my opinion, lots of other games could benefit by taking some inspiration from the Monster Hunter series. To make this video, I used clips from the following Let's Play channels, along with clips that I captured myself. The links to all of these channels are in the description. If you liked this video, be sure to check out part 1, which breaks down Monster Hunter World's combat mechanics. And if you want to see more game design breakdowns in the future, remember to smash that subscribe button. In other news, progress for Patch Quest, my own game, is coming along quite nicely. Patch Quest is a game about exploring a procedurally generated island. The core gameplay has been inspired by roguelikes, but it also has a few unique twists of its own. In the next update, you'll be given an Explorer Dex, a device that lets you scan wildlife and learn helpful tips. It also features a bunch of new areas to explore. The Patch Quest Wildlife Update will be releasing in 2 weeks, and if you want to be notified, you can subscribe to this channel. In the meantime, you can get the current version of the game at the official site. Patch Quest is completely free right now, so get it while you can. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.